Kalala Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, Basham Kakadash. The witness of the apostles at Great Millstone. Salute to you, brothers, teaching the word. We're going to go straight into this one. So let's play. This was on the news about a week ago. All right, let's play it.
Parcels delivered by drone. We will have exclusive access to the first service of its kind in the UK.
Amazon has become the first online retailer to offer drone deliveries after the Civil Aviation Authority approved a limited trial of the technology in the northeast of England.
But will the ultra-fast deliveries by air really take off? Well, that's what our business correspondent Emma Simpson has been finding out. She went to Darlington and has been talking to residents there.
Online shopping. It's picked, packed, and gets dispatched. The last bit of the journey usually goes like this.
We're just seeing now even that's looking to be replaced by those robots, alright? They don't even need you to do any of that pick, pack. You know what I'm saying? Right now they've got factories where all the people who's just maintained robot maintenance, or the robots are doing most of the stuff. Okay, and this is what all this is about.
Here in Darlington, parcels are also going by air. 5 miles away, Rob is waiting for his latest delivery. He was the first customer to get his shopping from the skies.
Well, initially it was a novelty, so we were ordering everything under the sun. Anything that was available, pens, paper, chocolates, just to make it keep coming.
What have you ordered then?
Box of rubber gloves, something that always comes in handy around here.
So how does it work? Everyday items need to fit into this box and weigh less than £5. Delivered within 2 hours.
If you think about it, man, you'll be in a 15-minute city. You'll have a mega corp. Anything you want, you're getting it from one mega corporation, and you can't go anywhere because the scripture says, it says that you desire to go into a city and shall not be able, and then they'll deliver. You don't need to drive to go nowhere or anything. They'll just deliver everything straight to a pickup point or your door or whatever, however, or right in your window. So they're setting this up for complete, total, annihilation of most people on the planet. For people to get chipped, and for complete and total control. One world government, one world order, major corp. Okay, that's why in the lockdowns, all right. What happened? The main thing that people could use was Amazon. That was about it. All these other businesses that people have got, they all shut down. If you got a business, certain people on certain classes, middle class, lower class, all them businesses, everyone's business was shut down except for Amazon. Okay, so this is what's going on here. So a lot of people say another reason for this is people would have not believed that this would be the case, that this kind of a system was coming into play. That's why, we've been teaching this for years, showing what's coming and what's next.
Of ordering. The drone is already used for deliveries in the US, an unmanned aircraft with onboard sensors to avoid and detect any obstacles in it.
Okay, they're already doing it in the US, Babylon the Great. Okay, so this is real.
Path. Here in Darlington, it's being used for eligible customers within a 7.5 mile radius. An operator tracks it back at base, and the drone knows the exact location for the drop-off. A garden or a yard is needed.
How can you be sure that that is safe?
Because it's been designed as an aerospace product. And we have a targeted level of safety that's measured in aerospace terms. So a regulator comes in and assesses the claims we make about safety or the claims we make about performance, the claims we make about noise, actually meet those.
In February, the same
And you got to put this together with those robot dogs that they got. They've got, to be fair, we was teaching in one particular town. Okay, and what was going on, it was, they was doing those, when we would have the robot come past us, doing deliveries at Amazon robot, I think it was. Or it was a different, I don't know if it was Amazon, because I think it was actually delivering food. You got those little robots that just drive around, you know, and go to people's doorsteps and things like that. So you pair that with all this, you know, autonomous tech, walking human robots, robot dogs. I think the autonomous is more the humanoid ones, but I'll have to look it up. But if you put all that together, and then when you look at the flying robots, you could be having, well, actually this did happen, and like I said, it's something like out of a sci-fi film or something, but they had robots yelling at people, shouting commands. They've had robots recording people, like if they're walking in a prohibited space, like people walking in parks, and the robot was flying over them, recording them. So in the military, they got these robots with guns, or let's say drones and stuff like that. So that's what's a drone. You get drone strikes, people getting killed with drones, you know, robots. So this is the time we're in, and it's only gonna get more lockdown with let's get this division is yet for an appointed time. It's only gonna get more lockdown. What do I want? Ephesians. We want Habakkuk. Let me do this. Habakkuk 2, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. By the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, so this is the stuff that is happening. Let's do this. Let's play it. It's gonna lead to everybody getting chipped.
type of drone hit an apartment building in Texas.
Man down.
A local resident filmed it broken on the ground. No one was injured.
We know we're going to learn. We know we're going to learn in new environments, and we won't put anything in the way of making sure we make the safest possible decisions.
Drone on launch pad, FOD and personnel clear.
Amazon is starting with up to 100 of these deliveries a day, and the permission to fly is only temporary for now. But could this mark the start of routine drone deliveries for shopping here in the UK? Or is it all just high in the sky? Some residents need convincing.
I think I'd rather somebody actually handed me my parcel than dropping it into my garden, to be honest.
Not to use a fruitcake. As long as nothing breaks, as long as it's not too loud, people get what they want quicker.
I would be one of these that would probably try it once and stick to the old way.
Amazon believes the
You
demand
ain't gonna have
is
a fucking choice, okay? That's the point. When do you have a choice in any agendas that's passed by through government? Okay.
There for ultra-fast deliveries, and it eventually wants to expand the service. But it's
If you had a choice, this wouldn't be happening in the first place because nobody asked for that. Nobody said, well, you know what, I want flying robots. But you're gonna get chipped. Most of these people are gonna get chipped. Okay, that's the point. Let's
to
go on.
land it here first. Emma Simpson, BBC News, Darlington.
Let's talk to technology journalist Fevzi Turkalp, who's in our London newsroom. Fevzi, good morning to you. Would you be happy having having deliveries this way?
I suppose so. I mean, they tend to throw packages at me anyway, so I think it's I think in the beginning it'll be a novelty. Remains to be seen, you know, if these drones will get public confidence. So there's the technical challenge, but there's also, you know, will we accept drones flying over our homes with the noise, the potential privacy issues, and you know, we'd need to know it was safe. But yes, in principle, for some deliveries, yes, and obviously not for everything.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of ifs there, aren't there, in terms of noise, because we know how busy it can be. If you just look around your local neighbourhood, you can see various delivery companies, vans, you know, going about their business. People order online much more and more. But this noise is so different to what we used to. Are there any restrictions or regulations in place to control that, to curb that?
Yeah, well, this drone design, this MK30 drone, is claimed to be 40% quieter and Amazon's than the previous model, and they say it's about as noisy as a delivery vehicle. But I would say a delivery vehicle isn't flying over your garden. So I'm sure the technology will improve. We may get used to it.
See, the thing is with these type of discussions, yeah, is that you don't ever get a choice. All right, things that are going to happen in prophecy. You know, this is just for the public, the masses. All right, just to, you know, we're going to get this prophecy of the mark of the beast. So we always read it, but that we're going to keep reading it because it's going to happen. Revelation 13 and 16, and it calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, so that's exactly what's going on here. Let's do this. Let's just bring this up right quick. I should already have a tab with it open. But we're talking about this. Let me put in a chip. RFID chip implant. Okay, it's a chips, microchip. Okay, these things, but they're gonna pull it in the human flesh. See right there. So this is just showing you what is going to be happening. the system that, you know, these AI grids and all that. Let's go, yeah. Let's do this. Let's play it.
Do it, or we just may not accept it, because the other thing is scale. You know, what this sort of technology only makes sense if it's scaled up, and then it will be, maybe it will be a low-level noise, but it will be in some areas, you know, almost constant.
What are the restrictions at the moment regarding this? Because I'm assuming that there might be cameras on these drones as well. Is there a privacy issue?
Yeah, well, there is, because these are autonomous drones. They navigate, they navigate by GPS, but they avoid collisions, hopefully, by using cameras and sophisticated software. So yes, it has to be clarified. At the moment, this is a trial under the auspices of the Civil Aviation Authority, so they've been given specific permission.
They're trialing it, but they're already doing it in America. See, the thing is there's this global agendas of this this AI, you know, ESO Eden World Order of technology and AI. It's happening global, and you think that, we're just gonna check in. That's BS. the system, the pushing it all on the media everywhere. Okay, how do you think they're gonna, when they're talking about these borders and stuff like that, how they're gonna lock down the borders? They're gonna lock down the borders with tech. Okay, let's play.
To trial this in Darlington, the legal framework is still being developed, and I think they might.
You know, the drones, the implants. Okay, which the digital IDs will be, you know, heading that way. Let's play.
Have given reassurances about what they do with any footage that they capture. Do they store it? How long do they store it for? What are they allowed to use it for? I'm not suggesting Amazon is interested in my back garden, but you know, they have the ability to look down as well, because when they're preparing for the drop zone, the software is meant to avoid people, pets, interestingly trampolines, which you can imagine if it dropped it on a trampoline, it might end up in the neighbour's garden. So there has to be assurances that will have been given, but whether they're sufficient, I think, remains to be seen.
Fevzi, morning to you. It's Charlie here in the studio. You mentioned pets there. Was going to be my question. I mean, have they trialled, I don't know, a static hedgehog beneath one of these things to see whether? I mean, I'm assuming they must have checked this, because you mentioned about animals. Could be a pet, could be a cat who's just not moving, but in the place where something is dropped. Do we know not much about how they've checked?
Well, so it's going to be difficult because they're dropping it from 13 feet. So there's two issues there. One is, can they avoid a static hedgehog, and also can they avoid dropping it on something that runs underneath the drone? Now you'd think that because of the noise a drone makes when it's 13 feet off the ground, hopefully a dog or another pet wouldn't get too close. But I think you can't guarantee that way.
There's ways all around that that they're gonna do. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. They're pushing these agendas. All right, shalom.